What's going on, guys? Welcome to the fourth episode entry. This time didn't really have anything to kind of like talk about once again, but I decided, I'm gonna wait. So I've been out here for like 2 hours now. I've just been, chilling, hanging out, being in the sun. I went snorkeling for a while. Finally got my, flippers to start, working. I had to tape the back of them because as soon as I got them off of Facebook Marketplace, I was trying to adjust the back strap. What am I saying? Oh, so I was adjusting the back strap, finally got them taped up, and, they work, and flippers are awesome. You go so fast with them. But it's so funny, no matter, how fast you think you're going, you're never faster than a fish. Which that whole thought kind of got me, on the, expressway to thinking about, how scary open water actually is. Even though, obviously Florida, you get some, on the East Coast at least, you get some really beautiful, clear water that you can dive in, swim in, and see. I could see probably 50 feet in front of me, 30, 50 feet in front of me, which is amazing. It's going to be hard to get conditions better than that. But even still, I had this fear of obviously a shark coming up, swimming up, eating me, chomping me up. Another little weird thing that I noticed was looking at the underside of a boat. It's just this big shadowy mass with barnacles and seaweed and this whole fouling community living underneath of it. And then you just look over and it's right there looking like a giant, whenever you're underwater, you're like, holy shit, that's alive, and it's a shark, and it's gonna eat me. But I was out there for 30 minutes, and I just kept on telling myself to try to put that to the side. It's time to conquer your fears, and if this is really what you want to do, I'm always saying, I love being out on the water, but I want to really experience kind of what it's like to be fully engulfed by the water, and make it somewhere that I'm actually comfortable with, because the world is 75% water, so I would at least like to be comfortable in water that's at least clear. Kind of feel like a pussy not being able to do that. So that kind of got me on the tangent of fears, what I'm afraid of and why. So I guess water is just it's just not you always hear the saying fish out of water, but what about person in water? You're never going to be faster than a fish. Even if I was 10 feet from the boat about to climb back on board and a shark was like, I want that leg right there, that leg looks really tasty, it's gonna swim and eat your leg in an instant, even if it's 50 yards away. You're, no matter what, you immediately surrender yourself to the water, which I guess is where the main root of that fear kind of stems from. Another thing I'm kind of afraid of is, I guess, just being I guess not keeping it real, but just being looked at as if I don't have full confidence in myself. Because that's something I feel it's more of it's weird. It's more of an extreme want than a fear. To succeed. It's not that I'm necessarily fearful of failure. It's more so that I just truly, truly want to succeed. I think that's kind of the turning point in my mindset that I kind of want to take on is, instead of looking at something as though like, oh, I'm scared to hop in the water right now because what if a shark eats me? Rather than that, I should be thinking about it like, I really want to hop in the water and I really want to be able to be comfortable in the water and experience this like truly alien other world that I have, 10 feet away from me. It's more so that. So I'm trying to like change my fears into looking at the opposite side of what I want to get out of my fear. So like for the longest time being in relationships and like finding love, I guess, was like always a fear of mine. Like maybe it was the fear of like being lonely or whatever it might have been. But now that I finally do have like a good, the best relationship I could ever really ask for, now that I have that, I realize it wasn't the fact that I was afraid of, being in love. It was more so the fact that I just really, truly wanted to find, that person for me. Just because after that point, life gets so easy. Like that's such a huge, like if you take a pie chart of everything you need in life, healthy relationships is such a big sliver of that pie that like potentially not having that is terrifying. Like I just think if you do have somebody like that you're like this with, like honestly, like you guys of course love each other and like, like being around each other, but more so like you have each other. Like it's not that like I'm with this person, I have this person. Like this person is for me and I'm for them. Having that is something so huge that potentially missing out on that is terrifying. But I kind of just realized like it was more the fact that I really, really wanted it and you need it. That was the kind of thing that was instilling the fear. Cause like, I mean, having filtered water, that's a want, but I'm not like scared to drink out of like a garden hose kind of thing. Like I hope that kind of made sense. Another one of my fears is, I guess, dying now. Like now that I have stuff to live for, like dying is like a really, scary thing to kind of think about. Cause like before, like in the past, I would just, I wasn't like I love living. Like I love living. Living is great. I don't know anything else but living. And also I was probably just a dumb teenager, young adult, who was just like, I mean, you're here one second, the next second you're not. Like like there's nothing you can do about it. So in my head I was just like, it is what it is. Like it just happens. It's nothing to like worry about. But now I am afraid of it, but only because I have so much to live for, or I've realized how much I have to live for now. Yeah, so it's just weird how like simple little flips you can do in your brain to like get over that hump of like being afraid. Being afraid just means that whatever it is you're afraid of, you really just, there's something in there that you want. So just think about the thing that you want. Like if you're afraid of spiders or whatever, it's like maybe you are afraid of spiders because you want to sleep peacefully at night and you're afraid that they'll climb into your bed, or you like going camping and you really want to go camping, but you're afraid of running into a spider web with like a brown recluse on it or something. So maybe don't focus on the spiders, just focus on kind of what you're willing to do to get to what you want. Like if you want that good night's sleep, maybe don't focus on just being afraid of spiders all the time. Like focus on, doing activities throughout the day so you go to sleep easier, and it's, your mind doesn't have the energy to start wondering about this like improbable thing that's going to keep you up and ruin your mindset for the next day. And then you wake up the next day for work, you go to work and you're tired as shit, and then you come home and take a nap, and then you wake up at 8 p.m. after like a 3-hour nap, and now you're just in the same cycle again where you're not really tired at night, and then you're just not tired, so you're just focused on fucking spiders, God damn, it's hot as hell. I'm afraid of fucking dying of heat stroke right now. But maybe it's because I really just want to live. You never know. Think about that. But yeah, man. Again, really like doing these. It is kind of tricky to come out here and like really not have anything to say. Like that whole thing that I just talked about was just like a small 10-second like thought in my head about, what I'm afraid of, because I'm scared of the fucking water. But it was cool. Like I conquered it. Went in, swam with the flippers on, touched the bottom. I had this 10 feet. 10 feet. Yeah, it was awesome. I had like a little, me and my girlfriend we're long distance right now, which sadly isn't new to us. We did long distance for our senior year of college. We met the summer going into senior year, and she went to school in New York. I went to school in North Carolina. We both luckily had an internship at this place called Bald Head Island where we met, and fell for each other. And then obviously after the summer ended, we had to go back to our schools and, back to 13 hours away from each other. And so we did that for a year, and, of course you get in your head sometimes, but even being 13 hours away in college after just meeting for, like, we didn't know each other for years before this. Like, we just only had 3 months to be like, are we doing this for real? Like, it took a lot of trust. It took a lot of, gut feelings and like, knowing how you truly feel. Like, it took a lot of emotional intelligence, which was surprising because literally up until the point I met her, I felt like I had none whatsoever. So it was crazy to like go through that with her. And then after, dating for a year, that's whenever I got the job in Clearwater, Florida, to work with turtles there, and we moved in together. We had this tiny 540 square foot apartment. It's fucking shoebox, but it was the best time. Like I knew absolutely nobody. She knew absolutely nobody. It was literally just me and her there after knowing each other, or dating for like a year. And it just literally from that first month, like we met each other at the internship, I was definitely being a fucking weirdo. Like I remember one of the first questions I asked her was like, "Oh, you like to wear shoes?" Verbatim, like for real, said that as I walked by, like, "Oh, you like to wear shoes? That's crazy." And then I like kept on walking and was just like, what the fuck am I talking about? So that first month was basically just me trying to like be cool and stuff, which eventually ended because I am obviously bad at it. And yeah, so besides that first month, we basically were pretty much locked in together. Still to this day, obviously. And, you know, we're gonna get married, gonna, you know, have the whole family and all that. We have a cat right now. His name is Linus. He's an orange cat. He's like 2 months old. 2 months, 3 months old. Right now, I'm being a deadbeat dad. He's really I'm literally just paying child support for this cat until I am able to finally move back, which is in a month. I leave here August 31st, and then I move to Washington, D.C. to finally be with my sweet, precious lady, who's the best, and with my cat, who, you know, he's gonna be like, who is this? Is this my stepdad? Is this just like the guy you're seeing or whatever? But yeah, I've literally only paid for his like shots and like food. Like, we'll split his bills basically. It's so sad. And I do really appreciate her, you know, holding down the fort while, you know, I'm gone. But yeah, we're taking all the right steps to, you know, make this a long-lasting, healthy, happy relationship. You know, we haven't really gone through anything major. Every time we've had a disagreement, it's just been like, we'll just talk about it and then be mad, like at most for, you know, 30, 40 minutes, and then eventually just be like, all right, do you care anymore? Because I kind of don't. And I love you, and I'm sorry. So, like, besides, you know, the slight arguments that we do get into, it's not really that big of a deal. Yeah, so basically just having that is something that, you know, brings up a lot of fears and wants and needs. Like, I think being with her is kind of what put like the final stamp on my outlook of, you know, wanting to be healthy, wanting to be alive, you know. Not that I was like, oh, I wish I would just fucking die before that. No. I mean, I love myself for sure. Like, definitely am fine being alone. I mean, I've been alone down here for 4 months now. And I'm fine with it. Like, I don't really care. Like, I have 5 friends, Hoyt, Link, Winnie, Jack, and Khalid. That's really it. Like, Malik, 6 friends. Yeah, I don't like it. That doesn't bother me. But being like going in the water today, like, that would suck if she found out I got eaten by a shark or like ran over by a boat. Like, that would kill me twice. Like, I would die, and then I would like rise up, hopefully rise up to heaven, and then look down, and she would be like getting the news from hopefully somebody she knows, but maybe just like a captain here who fucking struck me with his boat. And that would just devastate me. That would kill me twice. Like, I would go to super heaven. So yeah, it's just like finding that person that really completes you. It can often feel like you're, it can often feel like now you have all of this extra responsibility or, you know, weight on your shoulders, or, you know, so much more on your mind that now you feel like you have to think of and stuff. But in all reality, it just gives you more to live for. It gives you more to want. Like, now I'm more afraid to fail now, but it's just because it's that fear of failure just comes from me wanting to succeed, not only for myself, but now for her. And, you know, my parents and family and friends and all that, obviously, but that kind of love is different. than anything you can ever experience. Like, you can't replicate finding your soulmate. Like, you can't, like, there's no substitute for it. There's no substitute for, you know, my mom or dad, and there's no substitute for my sister, and there's no substitute for, you know, my friends or anything like that. But something about a soulmate really, 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 really puts, you know, your life into perspective. Like, I would usually, like, if I didn't like something, you know, in past relationships, I would just be like, no, like, I'm not coming to the store with you. Like, I don't want what you want to eat for dinner tonight. So, like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not doing that. Sorry. And it would be, it was selfish, I guess. In a way, I really don't honestly think so. I don't really think it's selfish to, like, there's 8 billion people in the world. Probably 10 billion. I think they're shortchanging the numbers in the census. But anyway, there's billions and billions and billions of people in this world. And to settle for someone, or to, like, sacrifice things that are important to you just for the sake of being in a relationship makes zero sense to me. Like, how, like, you shouldn't commit your life to somebody unless it's perfect. Like, I think I understand that that's easy for me to say because I got extremely lucky in finding her at a young age. And, you know, it definitely is, like, a point of, you know, a stance that comes from a place of, like, I'm definitely very privileged to have found her so young, I guess. But, like, I can see it in, like, you know, some friends and, you know, some family, that it's just like, you don't have to be with somebody. Like, medical advancements are insane. Like, this isn't the 1800s where you have, like, a 40-year lifespan and it's like, come on, you got to hurry up. Like, who cares at this point? Even if it's like, you can marry a goat, just, like, find somebody right now, because you're going to die in, like, a year from dysentery. No, it's not like that. Like, if you're still searching for that person and you're 30, 40, 50, that's fine. Like, you have the time and resources to, like, find your perfect match, so that whenever you are in this committed relationship, it doesn't, like, I want the divorce rates to go down, you know? Like, there's no reason that, like, I think divorce rates have gone up since, you know, the internet has been introduced and stuff, just because people are finally like, oh shit, like, I have more options than, like, my town. Like, that's all, like, that's crazy. I never really thought about that. I just, like, settled with, like, the prettiest girl who was left, and now I'm miserable taking care of, like, 5 kids that I hate, because I'm not happy with the choices I made. But, like, it was just, like, during those times, it was just like, this is what it is. Like, I don't have the option to, like, wait around for somebody to come and, like, knock my socks off or something like that. Like, people didn't realize the options that are out there for them. And now that we finally do, I think hopefully the divorce rates go down, because there was, like, I think the divorce rates were up because you just went from this time period of, you know, local information, newspaper information, that's it. And then you have everything all at once all the time. And then during this transition period, the people, like, smartened up to the fact that, oh, I don't need to just go with what they gave me. Like, I can use all of these infinite amount of resources to find something and somebody I truly love with this interest that I truly have. And it doesn't force the person that you're just settling with to settle either. Like, I would believe that they want somebody who has the same interests as them, and they want somebody who, you know, has the same love language, has the same mindset whenever it comes to children, has the same religious backgrounds or whatever, if that is what matters to you, you should not be ashamed of not folding. Like, you don't have to just, like, if it matters to you, it matters to you. That's fine. But just don't like get in this relationship with somebody and force them or force yourself to change your, like, your pillars of who you are just so you can say, like, oh yeah, I'm married. Like, I think, like, I don't know. Like, I think it's, like, pretty crazy how similar men and women are, in the aspect of relationships. Like, I feel like maybe this is like an old thought, that people would have, but, just like men and women being completely different in, like, how they treat relationships or whatever. Like, I think it's exactly the fucking same. Like, I feel like, just in different ways. Like, I feel like men have this, like, have this thing about finding, like, the prettiest lady and then just being like, yeah, that's my wife, like, no big deal, I just bagged her with no problem at whatsoever. Whatever. Do I want to hang out and play Xbox with you? Not at all. I want to go to Publix right now and go cut a watermelon into the shape of flowers. Obviously, that's what I want to do. Whenever it's not what you want to do, you just want to say that you have, like, a baddie. And then, like, with women, it'll somewhat be like, oh yeah, I got married, like, having that whole marriage, like, shindig happen, like, getting the dress and, like, taking the pictures and, like, being the center in front of everybody's mind, and it being your special day to celebrate how good you are with love and how good you look. I think that a lot of women will sacrifice just to have that wedding day, and a lot of men will sacrifice to just have a beautiful bride, when in reality, she doesn't like him and he doesn't like her. Possibly. Obviously, like, I'm not talking about everybody, but this does happen. Like, I've seen it before. Like, this exact thing I'm talking about happens. And yeah, it never ends up good. Luckily, not to brag, but I did get the most beautiful lady in the entire world, and we are aligned like fucking that. So it just is, that's when I'm like, sorry, but this is so easy for me to talk about. Like, to me, it seems so clear, and to be like, what are you guys doing? Like, stop just settling for people who don't give you something to be, who don't give you something to live for, who don't give you something to, like, want beyond yourself, or something to be, afraid of just for the sake of being there for them. Like, that's kind of, I guess, where maybe some of my, like, fearful thoughts come from, is just, like, not being good enough or not being there for her. As I say, while, taking jobs that, do separate myself from her. But obviously we've, like, talked about it, and we have made sure that everything is, like, okay, and, like, what we're doing isn't hurting the other person. Obviously it sucks to go through. It is honestly one of the hardest things to do. And I wouldn't be able to do this with anybody else. And I wouldn't even have been able to come to Florida if it wasn't for her. Like, the job I got wasn't providing housing, and I couldn't afford an apartment in Florida by myself. And she picked up and left everything. She kind of, like, obviously she's been to Florida. Like, it's not like I'm taking her to some remote island or anything, but really leaving everybody she knows, leaving everything she knows, to move 24 hours away from her home, all the way down the coast, and living with somebody she's known for a year. And for 8 months of that, it was long distance, and we didn't even see each other but once a month. I owe her a lot, and that's why I have these, like, desires, like, that's what fear is. So yeah, I hope that made sense, and I hope you guys find the right person for you, somebody who can be your rock, your everything, and most importantly, you motherfucking tween.